Welcome back, everyone. I'm Mr. Humble Poker. This is the Bankroll Challenge, Episode 8. If you're new here, we start with just a $125 deposit, and we're seeing how far we can take it. Now we're grinding the 5-cent, 10-cent games, and we'll move up in stakes as the bankroll grows. It's currently at $261.05. Short intro today, and let's jump into some hands. Okay, first interesting hand. I'm in the big blind with 9-5 of hearts. The hijack opens to 2.5 big blinds. The button calls. I have a marginal hand, but for only 1.5 big blinds more, I call. The flop comes king of hearts, 4 of hearts, 8 of clubs. Hijack bets 2.5 big blinds. I'm getting ready to call, but then the button raises to 7 big blinds. My first instinct is to call. I always want to call with a flush draw. It's a chance to get stacks. But something just felt fishy. Plus, I could call and then hijack could re-raise. So I make a pretty tight laydown. But let's watch the rest of this hand. The turn is a 7 of clubs. Hijack checks. Button bets 14 big blinds. And hijack check raises to 46.2 big blinds. The button obviously has to call. River is the 3 of diamonds. And now hijack puts button all in for 121.4 big blinds. With no flush out there and only 2 hands that beat him, he has to call, which he does, and it's just a huge cooler. Button had a set of 8s. Hijack wins with 6-5 of clubs. He turns the straight. I'm glad I got out of there. The button's name is Lefty. I can tell in the chat he's pretty steamed up, but even so, he gives me a shout out in the chat, which you can see in the left corner. It's pretty cool playing with a viewer of the channel. Now we get a chance to avenge Lefty, the viewer to the channel. I'm in the low jack with ace of spades, jack of hearts. Hijack had to buy in for 1 big blind to play the hand, so I raise it up to 3 big blinds. Hijack folds, and now cutoff raises to 11.5 big blinds. This is the same guy that just coolered our buddy. I've seen him 3-bet pretty wide before, so I call. Flop comes out 4 of hearts, 9 of clubs, ace of hearts. So we hit top pair, go kicker, but I check, and cutoff bets 15.9 big blinds. Pretty big bet, but I'm not going anywhere. I call. Turn comes the ace of diamonds. A great card, but I set up the trap and I check. Now cutoff bets 35.7 big blinds. I actually get worried here for a second. I'm like, no way this guy has ace king, ace queen. And he takes me down too. But I only have 15 more big blinds left, so I just go all in. He snap calls, and of course, he has ace king. So I'm ready to lose my whole stack, but then the river comes a jack of clubs, and I win. This time he's coolered, and I avenge our boy Lefty. Okay, now we're at a new table, and I'm in the hijack with king of clubs, king of diamonds. Low jack opens to 3 big blinds, and I 3-bet big to 12 big blinds. That same player Lefty is on the button, and he cold calls my 3-bet. And now the small blind cold calls my 3-bet. Thankfully, the low jack folds. Flop comes 3 of spades, 9 of spades, queen of clubs. Small blind checks, and I bet 11.3 big blinds. 30% bet, which is standard. The button calls and the small blind call. The turn is the 3 of hearts. Small blind checks. I'm thinking he must be on a flush draw and the button must have a queen. I'm trying to set up a river jam, so I bet 34.9 big blinds. The button folds and the small blind calls. River is a 2 of hearts. Small blind checks. I go all in for 38.4 big blinds. But he folds, and I win a pretty big pot. Button said he folded ace queen, so good fold by him. As soon as you think you have it all figured out, things start to go downhill. I'm in the hijack with king of clubs, king of spades. The low jack raises to 3 big blinds, and I 3-bet him to 12 big blinds. The low jack calls. The flop comes 6 of hearts, jack of hearts, 10 of spades. Low jack checks. I decide to bet half pot since this board is pretty wet. 12.2 big blinds. And the low jack calls. Turn is a 5 of hearts. And now low jack jams all in. It would be 71.2 big blinds for me to call. I do think about calling, but my rule is when someone does something like this, I have to have seen them bluff before to make this call, either in my memory or in my notes. Since I haven't seen it, I make a difficult fold here and we lose a big one. Now comes another tough spot. I'm in the small blind with ace of clubs, queen of hearts. The hijack opens to 2.5 big blinds. The button calls, and I 3-bet to 12 big blinds. Now the hijack 4-bets me to 40 big blinds. The button folds and the decision's on me. I think about this one for a while. In my opinion, it's either a jam or fold. As you see on the screen, I look at his notes. This is why notes are important. I have seen him 3-bet as a bluff. So that almost made me jam. But the issue was this is a 4-bet. And as I said on my last hand, my rules are I have to see him bluff in this situation. So if this is only a 3-bet, I would re-raise. Since I haven't seen him 4-bet bluff, I reluctantly lay it down. And I think it's the right decision. Let me know in the comments. Now a similar hand to the last one, but this one I think I made the wrong decision. I'm in the big blind with Jack of Spades, Jack of Diamonds. Small blind raises to 3 big blinds, and I 3-bet to 9 big blinds. I don't know if I'm over 3-betting. Everyone seems to be challenging me. Small blind now goes all in, but it would only be 62 more big blinds for me to call, and his jam screams ace king, ace queen to me. I ended up folding, but I think I should have called. I really wish I could see his hand. Now we're at a new table, and I'm on the button with 10 of hearts, 10 of clubs. Cutoff opens to 2 big blinds, and on the button I 3-bet to just 7 big blinds. Everyone folds and he calls. Flop comes queen of diamonds, ace of clubs, 5 of diamonds. Cutoff checks, and I decide to represent the ace and bet 4.4 big blinds, but the cutoff calls. Turn is the queen of spades. The cutoff checks, and I decided to check back for pot control. River is the 5 of clubs. Cutoff checks, and I'm happy. I'm going to check back and win this pot. I check, and of course he has pocket jacks, and we lose another one. Now I'm in the small blind with ace of clubs, 10 of hearts. The low jack limps, the button limps, and I isolate to 6 big blinds. Now the short stack low jack jams 33.2 big blinds. The button folds and the decision's on me. If I had anything better, or even ace 10 suited, I would snap call, but I just felt like I could be dominated by so many hands, and I have to make another difficult fold. This session started out so great too. So I got to top off my stack, and now I'm on the button with Jack 8 of hearts. Hijack opens to 3 big blinds, and I call. Flop comes Jack of spades, queen of diamonds, 10 of hearts. The hijack c-bets for 3.6 big blinds. I'm not going anywhere with a pair, so I call. Turn is the 6 of hearts, and now hijack bets just 5 big blinds. I thought about raising, but I just don't think he's folding if he has a queen, so I just call and hope for a flush. River is the queen of spades. I didn't think it was the worst card, because now it's less likely he has a queen, but then he bets 9.7 big blinds. I just feel I have to make the call, so I do. And of course, hijack has king, queen of clubs, and we lose another one. Okay, last hand of the video. I was going to leave the hand before because we're only 4-handed, but then I get my lucky hand, 7-4 of diamonds. 7-4 suited on the big blind. Small blind is tilted, and he raises the 5 big blinds. He was doing this every hand, and everybody was folding. I was a little tilted too, so I call. Flop comes ace of spades, ace of diamonds, queen of hearts. That hits the small blind range, so he bets 5 big blinds. But he was also doing that every hand. He was just bullying because he was so pissed off because he lost. He had pocket kings, and he lost to ace king, his whole stack. So I raised to 11 big blinds, and as I thought he had nothing, he folds. This didn't even feel good winning. It's such a small pot, and after losing so many hands in a row, but let's go see the results. This was a tough one. We started up over 100 big blinds, and now I think we might actually be down. Let's tally it up. We started the session at $261.05, and ended at $259.97 for a small loss of $1.08. Not terrible, but it definitely feels terrible after how well we did early on. If you have any critiques on how I play these hands, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Mr. Humble Poker. Stay humble, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.